All right, Combat Convo, you know what it is. We back. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the page. Hit the thumbs up button if you like the content. Yeah, so we're going to get into this CM Punk being fired. How we feel about it. You got the scoop? Scoop.
Man, listen. All right, so first of all, I want to say, I personally don't feel that AEW needed CM Punk to begin with, but I do understand why they signed him to a deal.
Yeah.
And, it's because of the star power that he brings in. He has a strong cult following. He got a lot of things going for him, so I get it.
I mean, does he really
Um,
have star power, though?
I mean, yeah, he does. He does. He got a certain mystique about him that his cult following loves. Yeah, he does.
I'm just asking. I don't know.
Yeah, he do. He do. You know what I mean? I mean, I wouldn't say that his star power is like I wouldn't say it's on the level of a Hulk Hogan or a Rock or nothing
Oh,
like
man, of
that.
course not. I wasn't saying it like that. I
Yeah.
was saying like I wasn't saying like he has like star power like that. I'm saying like I
Mhm.
mean, is he on the level of Jey Uso, or is he bigger than him? Like that's what I'm saying.
I
Like that
mean,
type of
I,
level.
I mean, honestly, like, uh,
Well, I don't want to get you off topic. I'll just go ahead and
no,
finish.
I'll explain that in a bit. I'm gonna go back to that question, and let me just push forward with the why he got fired. So,
Yeah,
all right, so Punk has been having issues backstage in AEW for a minute. I mean, it's not nothing new. He had issues with the Elite, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks. Um, they had an altercation. You know what I mean? It was over really some petty stuff. Um, I mean, from a wrestling perspective, you would hope that they got past it, but they got past it to a certain extent. But they had to get suspended in the process. The elite Young Bucks and Omega were gone for a while. Punk was gone for a while. Then Punk ended up returning. Then the elite ended up returning. It was just a hot mess.
yeah,
Um, they created one show to separate certain wrestlers, which was crazy, which was Collision, which ended up being one of their premiere shows.
yeah.
And that was the show that Punk was supposed to be showcased on. Now Punk is fired. You know what I mean? And like I said, man, I really don't think
So
the
so
only thing I
why
feel
did he
like
get fired?
well, he got fired because he got into a fight. He got into a fight with another wrestler. Um, he got fired. He got into a fight with. Well, that's not the reason he got fired. Let me retract it and let me explain. So on one of the previous shows, uh, I believe Punk addressed Jungle Boy Jack Perry in the back about a certain spot. Jungle Boy Jack Perry didn't like it. He said he was going to do what he want. Well, he didn't exactly say that, but he was going, he was going to do whatever he wanted to do. So then, moving forward, instead of it being addressed in the back even further, Perry went into business for himself and got on the camera and said something. Now, like it was, I remember, but it was turned kind of low. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Yeah,
Because it wasn't something that was scheduled. So sometimes when you do something that's not scheduled and the cameraman can catch it, they can kind of like turn it down a little bit, so you won't be able to hear it that much, but you'll still be able to hear it if you were
yeah,
paying attention.
yeah.
So he said, I forgot exactly in the words he said, but he just said something about Punk. So, but he didn't say Punk's name, but everybody knew he was talking about Punk. So when he got to the back, Punk approached him, was like, "Yo, what's up? You got a problem?" And then next thing you know, he went after him. I don't know. Some people story saying he choked out. Jack Perry. Another person say Jack Perry swung at him. Said, well, it was a bunch of conflicting stories. You know what I mean? But the thing that got him fired was he lunged himself at Tony Khan. If any of you wrestlers learn anything in the business, you don't lunge yourself at the boss. You don't joke around with your boss like that unless they give you that type of permission. Like, you know how somebody give you that type of like, oh yeah, they free with you like that to do that. Nah.
Yeah.
My man lunged at Tony Khan. Tony Khan, I don't know how much he weighed, but he looked like he like 150 soaking wet. You know what I'm saying? He definitely ain't big as Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon's old behind probably would have been like, yeah, come on, let's do it. Nah,
Yeah.
Tony Khan ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? He lunged at Tony Khan. Tony Khan said he was afraid for his life. That was the first time he ever been scared at a wrestling event. Tony Khan met with his staff. They fired him. He got a statement out and everything. I'll send you the statement so you can see. Fired him. It was like, yo, you out of here. You know, and they said, and the thing that really makes it bad for Punk was he was fired with cause, which means that there's a reason behind you getting fired. I'm not just firing you because of whatever. No, I'm firing you for this particular reason, which means anything that was set in stone for you is now voided out because you broke that contract. So now all those millions of dollars that Punk was supposed to get is down the drain. So I mean, eventually you're gonna hear a response from CM Punk. Eventually, you're probably gonna hear CM Punk saying he's gonna take him to court. But I don't think this is one of them cases that Punk's gonna win, honestly, because he lunged himself at the boss. Like, why you want to fight the boss? Like he's not your enemy. If anything, he's been a strong advocate for you since day one. You know what I mean? But if you go back to previous events, he's been kind of like, sticking his chest out at Khan a little bit, especially at the media scrum. He was talking over Tony a little bit, kind of like little man and Tony, like, yo, I got this. You don't need to be like that type of stuff. So, I mean, Khan was like, nah, you fired. He said it was the hardest thing he had to do in professional wrestling. And he did it. He fired him. But I'm happy Khan stood up for himself. What you expect him to do? He backed him into a corner. What you expect? So he gone. So the one more thing, the speculation now is that Punk might go back to WWE. All I want to say is this: the atmosphere over in the WWE is not the same when Punk was first there. It's totally different. If he go back there and try that nonsense that he tried over in AEW, they're not wasting time. They throwing the book at him. First of all, Vince may be still in charge behind the scenes, but he don't run the promotion. The face of the promotion is Triple H. And him and Triple H got beef. So I don't see that even happening. I don't see him going back to WWE. But hey, you never know. And as far as him being better than Jey Uso as far as star power, at this point in his career, nah, I feel like Jey Uso's bigger. Maybe not maybe not as far as cult following, but as far as a WWE following, Jey Uso to me is the bigger guy.
Yeah.
That's it.
Hey man, I didn't know all that. Thank you for telling me. So
So
I didn't know.
yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? But I watched so much stuff. I didn't get around to that one. So hey man, Kombat Konvo, you know what it is. We out of here. Peace.